I've got a mail package from Galmon for you. Sign, please. You have 3 days to review this tablet. Afterwards, it will self-destruct as a top-secret development in the world of graphic design. Goodbye! Those crazy kittens again. Let's go straight to it. What I'm holding in my hands is not an independent device. In fact, it's an external display with a pen response function, which allows to draw on the screen when it's connected to a PC. Awesome, right? Now, let's see what's inside the huge box. Here we have a glove, although I don't really get what is it for, since the tablet doesn't have a touch function, i.e. you can only point the screen with a pen, not with your hands, hot sausages, or anything else. Smudging the ink or a pencil with your hand is not the case for the digital screen, right? Maybe they want us to look cooler. Super Agent Power! Make up! 3 cables mixed in one, which is handy, though still quite bulky. In order to connect the tablet to a PC, your PC needs a free USB and an HDMI port. The 3rd cable end is connected to a power adapter, and the other end cables to the tablet itself. And here it is, the actual tablet. Diagonally it's 15 inches, and this not so small, not really baby tablet weighs around 2 kilos. So don't expect that you can easily grab it in your backpack and sail away to a cafe. Rather, it's gonna be a home workstation. However, nothing is impossible. At least the screen feels wide, even though I prefer compact stuff. Many artists I know are looking for a big, nice screen when choosing a tablet, and such size of the monitor would perfectly fit their needs. Answering some of your questions beforehand, but I say that any software that comes on your PC will be also available on this screen monitor. Any of Adobe programs, Paint Tool SAI, Fire Alpaca, Clip Studio Paint, CorelDRAW, etc. The tablet is compatible with both Windows from 7 and newer and Mac OS 10 and newer. As for Chrome OS, it doesn't work with it at the moment, but Galmon promised they are developing compatibility with Chrome OS, and it will be added in the future. Actually, one can tell that it's not a mobile device by just looking at its stand. It needs to be bound to the tablet with screws. But this way your tablet is safe from falling from it, and leaving aside its unwieldiness, the stand is really comfortable and stable. For me, as an owner of 2 cats who love to drop everything that is not tied down, that's a big plus. Just the other day they dropped my phone like 10th time and it cracked to death. Well, with this stand the tablet is completely safe. In case you live in an earthquake-prone area, a floating house, a motor house, or in a space station, you might find it really handy too. After the stand is attached, the angle can be adjusted to your preference. Else, there is one graphic pen in the bundle, that only thing that the tablet screen responds to, and you can use for drawing. The thing needs to be charged. You will find a tiny USB power cable for that in the box. And the fully charged battery lasts almost for eternity, so it isn't a big deal to me. Also, this pen doesn't have a tilt feature, but to be fair, I can tell the same about any non-Wacom non-iPad tablet. Even those designed to have this mysterious tilt don't let you feel like hatching with the side of pencil's rod. No, in reality tilt pen is just better at responding to your movements when it's strongly skewed. And one more thing about the pen, it doesn't have a rubber nib on the back end of it, but you can select rubber tool by pressing the bottom key on the pen. Now, what's next? A pen holder. Can't say much about it. You can place the pen in it this way or this way. And of course it has a secret room with the pen nibs, in case your drawing speed is close to flash, so the default nib is at risk of catching fire. Also, there is a nice case. You can fit your hand in there, or a book, an orange, maybe glasses, a cat, a headset. It can even help you to keep your tea hot, and you can tightly fit the tablet in there, but without a stand. Stand wouldn't fit in, so to be honest, I hardly imagine myself using this thing. Should I carry it by hugging, since it has no hands, or should I wrap tablet in it when it's cold outside so it feels comfy and warm? Maybe. Otherwise, I have no idea of what is it for, because you can't pack in the tablet with its not easily detachable stand, its wires and stuff. Now let's try and launch it together. In case you decide to buy the tablet, I'll be there to guide you through the first launch process. First, uninstall all other graphic tablet drivers you had in your PC before to make sure it doesn't mess things up. Then, after binding the stand, change the angle to your liking. Connect the tablet to your PC and plug it in. And...
Julie, do the thing!
Ta-da! Now we head to the Gaomon website and download the drivers for our system and tablet model. Install them. Hooray! The PC is now familiar with the SESI that touch its ports without notice, and they are ready to work together. You can poke about in the installed program called Gaomon Tablet and set the hotkeys on both pen and the tablet. The pen has just two, and I decided to keep the default ones: eraser on the bottom one, color picker on the upper one. The tablet has a bit more. That's what I bought, but there is no accounting for taste, right? World would be a darker place without those buttons. But this tablet has so many keys that I didn't even bind anything to some of them. You can change brightness and contrast in the tablet itself, but I was pleasantly surprised by its color reproduction and left everything as it is. Even though the color on the tablet seemed a little cooler, it didn't look drastically different. But you still might need a calibration to make colors look perfect. Or you can pay 3 times more and get a Wacom which comes perfectly calibrated from the box. You can also customize pen pressure sensitivity in this app. It can be raised in case you like to slightly touch the surface, or lowered if you are used to pressure heavily and don't want the lines to be too thick. But I kept it default. Many people are concerned about the parallax, that gap between the pen nib and the actual position of the cursor on the screen. This tablet does have parallax, as any other tablet except Wacom and iPad do. But you can calibrate the pen using the Gaomon app to set it up to your preference. Pen calibration took me a while, but in the end I managed to adjust it so I could only see the gap on the edges of the working area. Anyway, you just need to get used to this. I got used to this gap pretty fast, in maybe an hour. I think that the way the pen responds is one of the major things to consider when buying a graphic display tablet. Does it fall behind? Does it wobble? Does it respond accurately? As you can see, the pen doesn't wobble neither when I'm drawing a straight continuous line, nor when I'm hatching, and it precisely repeats every movement of my hand. Note that if you experience a line falling behind from the pen, the reason for that usually lies somewhere in your PC or the software you use, not in the pen display. For example, I had a big sized brush latency in Photoshop on every pen display I used because they are technically heavy and I use a slim notebook and not a desktop computer, and it operates big PSD brushes a little slowly. Let's give an A grade to Gaomon for such a well brought up pen. But I have to take the plus away, because sometimes after drawing on the canvas for a long time, it starts lagging a bit when it comes to choosing tools. Although I wouldn't consider it as a disadvantage if I was a random user who bought this tablet to draw on it, not to review its pros and cons, and I doubt it would somehow annoy me then. If you would like some comparison with a tablet of same price category, recently I reviewed Haion Canvas 13-inch tablet. The Gaomon comes at a slightly cheaper price, but in general those two are nearly on the same level of quality. The price difference is mainly built on the fact that the Haion 13-inch model was released previous summer, while the Gaomon 15-inch tablet has been on market since autumn 2017. They both have nearly the same characteristics, like the same 9020 on 1080 resolution, same amount of pressure sensitivity levels, which is 8192, same viewing angle. As to differences I've managed to find, Haion has a matte screen with anti-glare protection, while Gaomon's screen is really shiny without a protector and you can see your entire reflection there. But this can be fixed with a matte screen protector. The pen on Gaomon needs to be charged and has no mysterious steel, which I didn't feel on Haion either, while Haion's pen doesn't require charging. Another little thing is cables. You gotta connect two cable ends to the Gaomon tablet, while you only need a Type-C USB connection with Haion one. I'm not sure if it's even a big enough thing to mention, but But being a cable hater myself, I find the Type-C USB cable more aesthetically comfy. And last but not least is the parallax thing. On Haion, the parallax stands out from the range of same price tablets. I almost forgot the tablet had parallax at all. While on Gaomon the gap can be seen on the edge, and it's about 2 to 3 millimeters long, but in the middle it doesn't feel at all too. As for pros, Gaomon PD1560 is a 15-inch tablet that comes at a cheaper price. Also, I really like the stand, it's the best stand I've used so far. I can freely move the tablet and the stand follows him. While on Haion, tablet and stand are separate and it tends to fall from it when I lean on it with my hand to move it. Also, the Helion as a smaller display has only 4 express keys compared to Gaomon's 10. For those who use lots of hotkeys, that also might be a big deal. Another thing I really liked on Gaomon is default color representation was really good, while on Haion I struggled with keeping drawing vivid enough, cause the tablet displayed everything a bit more colorful than it really was. Gaomon's colors are much closer to the ones you'll have in the end. Now you can just launch your favorite app and create! In general, I think that the tablet is really good for its price and worth buying if you are looking for a good drawing monitor at affordable price. While doing the review, I've been drawing on this tablet as much as possible, so I could learn all potholes to tell you about. So I hope I could shed light on all of its pros and cons. But in case you have some questions left, feel free to ask me in the comment section. Thanks for watching, don't hesitate and subscribe to the channel if you like good animatics and song covers. And if you are interested in the Gaomon PD1560 tablet, follow the clickable links on the screen or in the description. They'll lead you to a store where you can buy one for yourself. Bye bye!